Hi, my name is Kyle Kinsley. I am with Zuffalo Real Estate. So, I wanted to do a video today. I have a friend that's actually purchasing a property out of state, and he knew that I was a real estate broker out here. So he asked me. He said, Kyle, what would you look for if you were looking for another agent out of state?" And I was like, "That's a good question." So it kind of got me thinking on like what I would actually, look for in another agent if I was hiring someone. And I would say number one, you got to look for someone that's obviously going to advertise the property appropriately. Now I say appropriately because you can only advertise it so much. The amp only doesn't go past 10 basically. If you put the property on the MLS and follow up with the buyers that have seen the house, there's no agent that's going to be able to get you 10, 15, or $20,000 more than what your house is worth. So, I mean, really, it just depends on how long it's going to take. I mean, that's really it. So I would say one, obviously, you have to find someone that's going to market the property appropriately. They don't have to do anything extensive. Usually the home sells itself. I don't think I've ever sold a buyer on a piece of real estate. They're already sold on it. I just kind of open the door for them. And that's the reality of what it is. Two, I would say negotiating. So there's a couple of times you're going to have to negotiate with the other agent. So when you get that request for repairs, that's when you negotiate right there. When you get an offer from another agent, you got to see how well they can negotiate. And that's pretty tough to just say, hey, how well do you negotiate? That's pretty difficult. I would say to measure that, it's experience, not experience in terms of years, but experience in terms of how many deals they're doing right now. Because you're really only good as the last couple of years. You don't need someone that's been doing it for 15 years. You really don't. And I don't say that because I've only been in the business for 5 years. You don't need someone that's been doing it for 15 years because those tactics back in the day, it's not like they're still prevalent today. You don't like write in the newspaper or anything like that. You use technology and negotiating. You want the most recent deals on how many they did there. And then the last thing, I guess I would just say availability. I would say the best ability is availability when it comes to your real estate transaction. A lot of times the transaction is always the same no matter what state you're in. It's typically marketing, escrow, and then closing. There's really not much. There is a lot to it, but that's really the only 3 stages. I would say availability. You want to know what's going on and you want updates. So they have to be available to give you those updates if they're not already providing them for you. So there it is right there. I would say, I guess, competent marketing, 2 negotiating, and then 3 availability. If you have any questions, give me a call, 209-202-9099. Thank you.